everybody. Jake and I are here to talk to you today because he was willing to share his healing story about SIBO, and I was just honestly sick of typing up everything for everybody else to read. So I wanted him to talk to you guys about what he was experiencing, what he went through, and how we created a plan together to help him work through it. So tell us about the symptoms you were experiencing. How long had they been going on? What was your life like?
So it started around 12, 13 years ago. I would have acid reflux daily, and I would be throwing up in my mouth a lot, and just swallowing it back down and just toughing it out. IBS real bad, and just something I toughed out. Eventually, the Veterans Administration, VA, told me I had GERD, and that was pretty much it. There, that's like, here you're diagnosed. Yeah.
And we really tried everything. You were eating like a bottle of Tums a week, and that's when he realized that oils really work great because we ran out of Tums one night, and I was like, "Go get the Digestin," and he said that stuff doesn't work. And then 5 minutes later, he came back. He's like, "Oh wow, this made a big difference." But it really never got to the root cause where he didn't need it anymore. We tried oils, we tried enzymes, we tried acupuncture, we tried chiropractic, we tried every supplement we could think of, diet changes, everything. And then what happened when you went to your primary care doctor last year?
So you heard all the symptoms and basically echoed what the VA said. I have GERD, and then ended up giving me a prescription to take. And we were doing this so we could jump through all the hoops to get to the root cause, get scope on my stomach and everything like that.
Play the insurance game.
Yeah, and so I got the prescription and started taking it, and I go for walks every day, and then it got to the point where I would be stepping off on my walk, and I would not be able to breathe, and that's not like me at all. So I basically found out that's a side effect of the medication that I was on, and I needed to stop taking it. So.
Well, he called me from his truck on the way home from, I think, the chiropractic office, and he couldn't breathe. He was dizzy. Your heart was pounding. You felt like you were going to pass out. You didn't know where it was coming from. So I jumped online and I looked up immediately what the side effects of this prescription was, and then looked at the rare side effects, and those were all the things that he was experiencing. So I said, this is an emergency. You need to call your primary and get off this medication. So we were playing the VA game. So he went to his VA primary, and what did she say?
What did she say?
She goes, "Oh, it's just anxiety."
Yeah.
I was like, no, you don't
Typical.
Not have anxiety your whole life. Take a medication where all of these symptoms are listed, and then it's brand new anxiety. No. So she was willing to let him not take it. So we were both really fed up with the system, and we finally both got our blood work done. What was that, November?
Yeah, I think it was around November because we started the program after we got the blood work back, which was towards the end of November. So
right. So we did his blood work. We decided not to go with extra testing because at that point I knew exactly what he was struggling with, which was SIBO, the small intestine bacterial overgrowth. If you don't know what that is, it's where the bacteria in our small intestines, we don't have a lot of it. It's mainly in our large intestine. So when you take probiotics, you're taking them hoping that they get to the large intestine. So when it goes back into the small intestines, it can't really get rid of itself. So it just multiplies and it grows, and those bacteria, they love sugar, they love carbs, they have a party, and when you eat what they love, they create gas, and that causes acid reflux, it causes IBS, it causes distension and bloating, and nothing you do can fix it, which is why so many people who take probiotics and have SIBO, they feel worse because those prebiotics and that fiber, those bacteria eat it up, they create a lot more gas, gas has to go somewhere, you feel like crap, and you're wondering why. Why am I taking all these supplements that everybody else feels great with, and I feel horrible? Well, it's probably because you have this overgrowth. And the way you test for it is a really simple breath test, but it's kind of hit or miss. So we decided just to go for creating the plan. So, what have I been making you do? What is your plan?
So first thing I did was find out what SIBO food was, or what I should or should not be eating. I came across something called FODMAP. It's an acronym. Look it up. FODMAP. I don't know what it stands for, but I know that if you have high FODMAP food, SIBO is going to act up. If you have low FODMAP food, you're good. So basically, I had, and interestingly enough, it's pretty close to paleo.
Mm-hmm.
Eating paleo is pretty low FODMAP. There are some exceptions to that, so you just got to look at the ingredients list and get used to understanding what's going to activate SIBO. And so basically, what you have me doing is I eat every 4 hours, and basically it's meat and fruit, or meat and vegetables. And I take my supplements, and obviously drink lots of water. Still drinking coffee. So yeah, and almost probably day 2, day 3 after I started eating like that, I would say day 1 I immediately noticed a difference, because every morning, eggs are high FODMAP. Every morning I would have 4 to 6 eggs for breakfast, and then that would get the day started with a SIBO attack. So I went to eating red meat in the morning, or having a protein shake. And most of your protein shakes are high FODMAP too. So you got to find, a protein that's not high FODMAP. So good luck. And I'll let you know what mine is. So you eat like that, and day 1 you start to feel better, but by day 3 all my bloating was gone. I hadn't had any acid reflux. She had asked me just today if I had any of the, we don't know what to call them, what type of headaches they are. But
lightning strike headaches,
yeah.
where he can't focus, he can't think, he can't drive, he can't speak. It's just traumatic for somewhere, 30 seconds to minutes that those have lasted. And it just hit me today. I'm like, you haven't clutched your head since we started.
No, it's been pretty good, smooth sailing.
And I think the hardest part with this plan is that what he was doing was healthy, and you were doing intermittent fasting for months. And intermittent fasting is amazing, but for him with the SIBO, you have to spread your food far apart, so you can only eat every 4 hours, and that allows your small intestines to completely empty. So for me to say, here's your diet, you have to completely change your life.
I was pissed.
You're so upset. You're like, this isn't going to work. Like, what are you doing? Like, I have to eat eggs. Where am I going to get protein from? And so to say, you have to eat breakfast in the morning, and then you have to wait 4 hours and eat lunch, and then you have to wait 4 hours and eat dinner. It was such a lifestyle change. And I would say that was the hardest part. It was completely changing what had been working. Like, metabolically, it was working for him. You were losing weight, you're feeling good, you were making gains in the gym, but still throwing up. Oh, Christy says, what is the name of the list to look at for foods? It's FODMAPs, FODMAPs.
If you Google it, there'll be all kinds of studies, and
you can message me and I'll send you the list too. But
a couple books are on it too.
The other thing we found for you is that the food is so personalized. So you can have that list, but something on that low FODMAPs might trigger you.
Yeah, it could trigger you, or if you start to feel really good and kind of venture out, like because they say that you can start to introduce eggs at a certain point, and it has to be the yolk first and then the whole egg, I guess. We haven't tried that yet, but there might be high FODMAP foods that don't trigger it for you. So it's just, everybody's different, and the FODMAP thing is just basically your foundation of what you can pretty much know you're gonna have success with, and then you carry on from there.
So with SIBO, with these types of issues, there's only really four treatment options. One is the elemental diet, where you just drink this liquid. You can only buy it through physicians. It has to be calorie measured based on your metabolism and your life. And so that was just
Yeah, FODMAPs like that.
Oh yeah, Chrissy typed it in perfect. So that was too much. I don't really necessarily believe we have to go that route. You can take prescription antibiotics, but we all know that that messes up your gut. You're already having problems. You can take herbal support, and that's the route that we decided to go with, along with diet and food changes. And it takes a long time. It's not a quick fix. It's not something where you took one pill once and then everything was cured. It
No.
was a slowly figuring it out, and you were really strict the first 2 weeks, and that was amazing. And as you noticed, as your body was healing, you could venture out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So give yourself time if you're struggling with these issues. It takes more than 2 weeks. Sometimes it takes more than 2 months, and you really just have to prevent that relapsing, and that's what we're doing. So thank you
You bet.
for sharing your story and trusting me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. So what I'm offering right now through functional medicine practice is a 6-week intensive support for you. So if you're struggling with these issues, mysterious gut things, enzymes aren't working, probiotics aren't working, you don't know where to go, I would be able to help you find those answers and give you that healing program so you can feel better in just a few weeks and change your life, sleep better, lose weight, anxiety is gone, sleep is better, headaches are gone. Let's get you there. It's only 6 weeks, and the wait list is filling up. And if you get on before Thursday, you're going to get some extra bonuses with me. And then we'll launch on Thursday, get everybody started and feeling amazing. So let us know if you have any questions or need any more insight on SIBO or FODMAPs or what he's eating. I'm working on putting a SIBO packet together. So if you're struggling with these issues, you can just go through it and get all the information you need and go from there. Anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you
Thanks.
soon.